What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam. This is Jordyn. Things look new, but you know what? We are so happy to be here in 2025. It is New Year's Day for us. Oh my good. Happy New Year, my love.
Happy New Year, Sam. New year, new us here at Unsolicited. We have a brand new logo. We have a brand new intro courtesy of Sam. That was so, I don't know if you could see me in the background, but I was literally sitting backstage like
Yeah.
as it was playing. It was just so fun to hear the new music and see everything. So yeah, how was your New Year's Eve? What did you guys do?
My New Year's was good. We've been a little sicky in the house. We have, I think, whatever everyone in the world has right now. My voice is a little, scratchy. But Michael's been sick since before Christmas, and he was just getting over it. I'm kind of getting over it now. But yeah, so we were just home last night, hanging out. Our friends came over. We got some food, some bevies and things like that, and just hung out.
That's honestly a perfect New Year's Eve and
Mhm.
exactly what we were initially planning on doing until we actually got and put some plans together last minute and it ended up being nice, but still on the more casual side, but around friends and family. I got all my last seltzers out of me for the next 75 days. So I had my fun.
Yeah, same. I'm like ready to this morning I was like I'm not ready yet. So I'm starting tomorrow on the 2nd.
That's what I have a qualm with my friends right now who are also doing 75 hard with me because I texted everyone earlier in the week and I was like, are we really starting on the first? Or
Yeah.
I was like, do we get the first and then start on the second? And everyone was like, no, like we're going on the first, like we're starting strong. And I was like, all right, like if everyone's doing it, I'm doing it. So I booked my solid core for today. I got texts from everyone between 10 and 11 that was like, there's no way I'm starting today. And I was like, are you kidding me? But we're all starting tomorrow. So I did my workout. I'm not going to do my second workout of the day. We'll really get the ball rolling tomorrow. But yeah, we're getting there.
Hey, you started off going to a workout class on January 1st. I think you're ahead of the curve.
Okay, starting off may be generous because it was like 1:30 in the afternoon, but we got there.
Doesn't matter.
We got there.
Yeah. I didn't do a single workout today, so you're ahead of probably the majority of the population right now.
Thank you, Sam. Are you excited for your 30-day challenge?
So it's like 6 weeks and it's yeah,
Oh,
I am
wait,
ex
what? Why did I think it was 30 something?
No, it's 6 weeks. It's like the
Yes.
6-week transformation at my kickboxing gym. That's what I first did when I initially started there, and I did way more than 6 weeks originally. So, like, I did it for about 6 months. So it was definitely different. I think the 6 weeks is gonna fly by for me because I'm so
Definitely.
used to that diet. I'm so used to the working out that I'm, like, hoping it just kinda I have, like, so much junk in my body right now that I
Yes.
feel like I'm retaining so much water. This morning, I could not put my rings on because I ate so much garbage last night.
No.
Yeah, it was
I hate that. Or if I accidentally sleep in them after a long day and I go to take them off in the morning and I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
That's
no, it's
why
not good.
I'm just ready to just purge everything out of my system. Like,
Yeah.
that's what really this is for, and to reset my routines and everything like that, and so, yeah, I'm very excited.
And for everyone listening or watching, I can attest for how intense Sam's program is because I watched her go through it the first time
Mhm.
and and at that point I was not into any sort of fitness or self-care. I was doing whatever I wanted as much as I wanted. And so like me and Sam, our desks were literally, we technically, I think, didn't we like squeeze in a second desk? Like between two desks, we made three between you, me, and James, our other
Well,
coworker.
it was like a long table, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, we people were very spaced out in that office, and we were all right next to each other.
Yes. They all made fun of us because we sat like within arm's distance of each other.
Yeah, like, if I,
I
like,
would
threw my elbow out, I probably would've hit her.
Yes, I would come in with like a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel with extra cheese, like very big in your face. And Sam would be like, I need to eat my nuts. And I was like,
my yogurt.
yes, the yogurt, the protein.
Yes, it's believe it or not, it sounds like pretty insane. It's really like you eat a lot of food, so you're not ever really hungry. It's just like what you're eating. It's like a lot of protein, mostly veggies. You only get 2 carbs a day. So, but you're still eating like I'm still eating like potatoes and, you know, bread, a certain type of bread, but bread. But yeah, it definitely was harder the first time I did it for sure. I remember crying like the first week
I don't
because
blame you.
I was like, all I want to do is just eat like something yummy. And I was eating like a piece of chicken and like a cucumber for dinner. And I was just sitting sobbing my eyes out. And my dad was like, you're going to look back on this and you're going to be really happy you did it. And I am. I'm very happy I did it because it really completely changed the way that I look at like my body in general. So to do it again for that 6-week period, I think is going to be a lot. Very good. And I think we're both living a very healthy lifestyle right now.
We are, so we can be there to support each other because I think you've already had the experience with it. I think I'm going to need a shove every once in a while.
And I'm actually curious to hear how you heard about 75 Hard, because then I get actually not a text. I've been seeing Catherine basically every single day for like the past 2 months. She texted me. She was just like, or I was talking to her and she was like, yeah, Jordyn's doing 75 Hard. I'm doing 75 Hard. And I'm like, I've literally never heard of this before. How is it that 2 people that I know separately are like both know about this?
That's what I honestly thought. It was more popular than it was. I didn't realize. So my group of friends up in Rhode Island. So Abby was my roommate my freshman year of college, and she lives up there with her boyfriend. They all did it like years ago, like a few years ago. And I thought it was the most insane thing ever. She was like, I'm literally drowning in water right now. And it was very, very tough. And so I heard about it through them. And then I just saw it on TikTok like more recently. And then a lot of my friends down here were talking about it. So I think I just assumed because I had friends in one state that knew about it and friends here that knew about it, that it was widely known. And I think it's like popular, but not as popular as I thought it was.
Yeah,
Kat texted me and she was like, I'm doing it. And I was like, let's go. So now me and Kat can hype each other up throughout it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're all on our very health journey. Yesterday we got like Kat and I's last hurrah was we went to Crumble. Have you ever had Crumble?
Yes. I had it with you on our reading retreat.
Oh yeah.
We had Crumble.
Yeah. Oh my God. So we got like those 6 cookies and we did the same thing. We like cut them up. They're completely gone. Actually, that piece that I was just eating before we started recording. That was the last piece of cookie. Is I was like, I have to get this out of the house. So you know what? I'm eating it.
I know. I had my last hurrah last night. We were the last people in the bar that we were at. And we were just drinking waters before heading out for the night. And I was like, can I please? Or no, the bartender literally offered. She was like, does anyone want like a soda? And I was like, yes.
Me.
I said, please give me one. And I literally, when I was like sipping my soda, I was like,
for our
and I
visual,
literally, I was very, oh yes, I said so. Oh my God.
For our visual listener or visual watchers, this is the picture I got. Wait, let me timestamp it. 1:29 a.m. I get this picture of Jordyn sipping her last soda until her birthday. I know you.
I was very, very drunk last night because I haven't been drunk like that in a while. And I was sitting there and I just remember looking at the soda and just like to the soda. Brian was sitting right next to me and I'm looking at the soda and I'm like, I'm going to miss you so much. Like having this moment with
Brian's like, where are you going?
Yeah. Brian's like, who are you talking to?
Oh my goodness. Well, I remember last year, our first episode back from like New Year's was we were talking about New Year's resolutions and stuff. Yes. But I think our New Year's resolutions are fit eating and stuff like that. Do you have any other ones?
No. If I can just chug along and do, I at this point, like I'm not convinced I will do 75 hard to its absolute fullest, but like even a quarter of it every day is significant. So my goal is to do like 90% of 75 hard, get to there, move into our new apartment and just get everything together. It's like a reset, starting the year right. But no, last year in our episode, we had so many resolutions and I was like, I'm just putting so many out there, hoping that a few of them stick, and a few of them did. But no, this year it's just challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you in the same boat?
But for the most part, I'm gonna try and like do some research about like businesses and starting a business and stuff like that, but I don't really know how long that's gonna take or what the process is.
Is it the business that you and I have discussed previously?
Like possibly party planning slash bachelorette parties and showers and things like that, because I've done so many of them that I feel like I could make money off of it. So I'm gonna try and see how that
You
works.
absolutely should, and I'm gonna start marketing for you right now because anyone listening or watching, Sam is a brilliant, brilliant, organized, calm party planner,
Thank you.
event planner. Even our reading retreat, she came with goodie bags that were like themed for each individual person, and I was like, "This is what you're meant to do."
I do really enjoy it. And actually, when I don't know, did you take aptitude tests in high school before you went to college?
No, I went to public school.
Oh, well, they had us take an aptitude test, and
Wait, Brian, did we take aptitude tests in high school? No, can confirm we did not
okay,
do that.
that's 2 right there. It definitely didn't happen. Yeah, so I took an aptitude test, and event planner was what came up for me. So,
No way.
mhm.
Wait, that's literally invisible string.
Yeah, right? And I didn't even think about it until, like, fairly recently that I was like, "Wow, I'm pretty sure I got event planner on that aptitude test." Or just, like, planning events in general, like, not necessarily like, I guess maybe production was involved in that in some way, so which is probably why I did fall into the job that I have now, but yeah. So, I guess I'm on the right track. Seems
You
like
are.
it.
You absolutely are.
Seems like it.
I
But,
am
yeah,
just
so we'll see.
I'm just such a fan of small businesses and like pursuing passions and finding a way to make profit from passions. Me
For
and Brian
sure.
are doing it. My other
Yeah.
best friend, Abby, ironically, everyone in my life is you. If you're talking about one of my friends, say Abby or Sam, and you're gonna probably get it right because I have a lot of Abby's and I have a lot of Sams. My
Yeah.
other best friend, Abby, that lives in New York City, she started her own business last year. She's always been into florals and floral arrangements, and she was doing them just for fun. And she started her own business, Buster's Bud. So if you're in New York City, she's in the Williamsburg area. But watching her start that was so fun. And now she's done events with like Soul Cycle and all these other pop-ups.
So
And
cool.
it's just like you just started it all by yourself and you're doing all these things. Like it's just crazy. So I am rooting for Sam.
Thank you. I'm rooting for you too because I'll
Thank
use
you.
your businesses to then market myself.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
It all comes
we're
back together.
this is just we have a lot of passions and we always act on all of our passions.
Every single one. I can't like casually enjoy anything ever. It's like,
No.
oh, if I like this, it needs to become my entire personality, and everyone in the world needs to know that I like it.
Speaking of hyperfixations and stuff, let's talk about what we got for Christmas because I've been dying to hear like more about I saw your Christmas haul video, but I'm dying to hear more about things that you received or like maybe what was your favorite thing that you got.
Oof, favorite. Honestly, right now, I would say drum roll, my Kindle. I've been
Yes.
so excited. I have been using my Kindle literally every single day. And I just like knowing. So, like, I'm reading our book club book on the Kindle right now, and I got the physical Fourth Wing books. So I'm gonna start Fourth Wing in the physical copy, read, which like I obviously can switch back and forth on the Kindle, but just for my brain, like I kind of like having that separation, and I'll leave like my books at home on my nightstand. So I'm like, oh, if I just want to read the physical, but then I always travel with the Kindle. And literally I was getting my nails done, and by the end of my nail appointment, especially if it's a mani-pedi day where I have to get both done, by the end, I'm like done. And I'm like anxious, like I can't sit there for that long. So, and this time I had my Kindle resting right next to me, and she was doing my hands, and I was just reading, and I was like,
Love that.
This is a great, because usually I can read when I'm getting my pedicure, but not while I'm getting my nails done. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I got a lot of books, a lot of book accessories, book related things. And then my other big thing, every single person in my life got me a workout set. So
Love that.
that also just like adds to my motivation for the 75 hard challenge, because I'm like, look good, feel good vibes. And I like the cute
100%.
workout sets. So yeah, those were my big things. How was your guys' Christmas this year? What did you have going on?
Your Christmas was good. We had, it was very like low key. Like I said, Michael was sick, so we went to like we did like my normal Christmas Eve stuff with my family, but then Christmas Day was like very chill. But yeah, I got Throne of Glass, which I texted Jordyn about like the second I opened up the present. She was like, "My Christmas is made because
Yeah.
you have Throne of Glass," and I was like, "It was the only book set I got." I told my mom I wanted all these books for Christmas. I got that. That was it. And I was like, "Wait, where are the rest of my books?" And they were like, "There's no more." And I was like, "What? Now I have to get them myself? Like, what's up with that?" No, just kidding. But
It's okay. Throne of Glass will take you a while.
well, that's why I said too. Like, I was looking at it. Even my brother looks over at it and he goes, "You're not going to be done with that until like June." And I was like, "Probably, yeah." But the freaking rate that I read, which is so slow.
I want to see how long it took me. I believe I started it in May and I just ended it. And I read a few in between.
Yeah. I mean, if I do it the way that I read ACOTAR, which was when I keep up with you and the show, I will read a lot more because I tried to like the ACOTAR series, I was doing it and I was like, well, if we don't talk about it this week, then we're gonna have to wait till next week to talk about it. So I have to finish it today in order to talk about it with Jordyn tomorrow. So maybe I'll try and keep up that pace as well, and it'll shorten the timeline a little bit. But that was one of
No,
the big things.
honestly, it's the greatest gift anyone will ever have given you in your entire life. And I cannot wait to watch you on this journey. I just confirmed it took me 5 months to read them. And I read 2 in between.
Which means it took Erin probably like a month and a
A
half.
month. Yeah. Honestly, maybe 2.5 weeks.
I literally we're in 2 different book clubs together. So she's reading Circe to be in our book club, and then
Yeah.
her and I are it. So it started as my family's book club, but it has now spread to my friends. And
Wait, is this the book club that your family had and your friends were in, but you weren't in yet? And
correct.
you were like, what is
Kat
going
was in
on?
it before me. And then they were like, "Yeah, join." And I was like, "Wait, you guys are my family. How is it that Kat got included before me?" And then, of course, then we brought Erin in. So she already finished Circe and the book that we have for this other book club. Like, she sat down like that, like one day and read like one book. And I was like, and
You
the
know
thing
what?
is, too, she's not even like, it's not even like she does nothing else. She runs errands, she does stuff, she works. She just reads so fast.
I mean, if I could, I would. And
I
I
know.
am the most envious of her.
Yeah, no, it's a big one. The other thing is, I don't know if you visuals can see how clear and crispy I am, but
I was getting to that.
I got a really nice camera that I was able to figure out streaming with, which we're gonna work on Jordyn's camera next because she has one, and we've been trying to figure it out. Yeah, which doesn't make sense because we have the same camera, but I don't know. We have to
I've
figure it
had
out.
mine for a few years and I used to use it for streaming, but it's been a really long time. And I have, if anyone's a technical camera expert that can help us in the comments, I have this, I have this, I have this plugged into here that goes, I have so many
I wonder
cords.
if you have to do like an update on your camera, like a system update of some kind.
You know what? That would make sense.
Yeah, that might be something because maybe my my software is more up to date than yours.
But I know I did it. And like I did it.
Hmm.
Sam and I record our podcasts that are pre-recorded. So we record them and then we upload them the next morning or whenever. Those I was doing it live. So that's even and it could do it. So I'm like, I know it can. I just can't
You
remember
gotta sit down and
how.
figure it out.
Yeah.
So
So we will that's our goal for next week. New Year's
we will
resolution 1.
figure out how to plug camera into a computer.
Well,
But
no,
yeah.
we can plug it in. We just have to make the computer see the camera.
Yes, that's true. Plugging in is easy. It's
Yes.
the other part that's harder.
Yes.
Uh,
It has been plugged in. It has ever not shown up. Oh.
I just kicked it on accident.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It just unfocused for a second. It was like, I don't like that.
I thought it heard me talking badly about its friend here and got upset and just said, "You know what? I'll put her completely out of
Yeah.
focus."
But yeah, that was my other big Christmas gift that I got. And then Michael and I asked for records and stuff, like vinyl, because I have a record machine, and
Mhm.
everyone got us records. We got about 10 records for
Oh,
Christmas
that's so
between the both of us.
fun.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god, we're doing such a good job." Like, we didn't get any duplicates. And then right at the end, we got the same. Okay, I got 2 of the same. But the thing is that they're different colored vinyls, so I'm gonna keep them both.
Yes.
But
And you can put one on display and one for play.
that's the thing too, it's like I need a place to, like, display my vinyl because 'cause they're just, like, in a little cubby.
Yeah, that's what I have the record player stand, and they're just, like, slatted in between on, like,
Yeah,
the shelf.
yeah. So we have to find a way to kinda show them off a little bit. But yeah, so we've been playing records and stuff, and it's fun. Christmas is fun.
Nice. I love Christmas, and I was getting really nervous just because this year I feel like the older and older that we get around Christmas time, it's like it loses that sparkle a little bit more every year, which is really hard. And I was like so upset because I was like, holy shit, like I haven't gotten a second to really process that it's Christmas, and all of a sudden it's like December 23rd. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and like just sad. But then actual Christmas Eve was very, very fun. We spent that with Brian's family, and then Christmas Day we spent with my family, and all the vibes. It all worked out. It was lovely, lovely family time.
Did you get a keyboard?
Yes. Oh my God, Sam, it's the greatest thing. Did you
I
get the
got
same
one
one?
too. I don't know, but I got this one.
No, I think it is. Is it like really loud? Is it like a typewriter keyboard?
No, it's creamy. It's a creamy keyboard.
Oh no, I got a typewriter one.
Mm.
Oh my God. And every button, it like,
Oh, it's like the loud one, yeah.
yes.
No, see, I got a creamy one, and I love it. Like, I was like, "I'm just gonna use this forever." It's wonderful.
Yeah, no, that was one of my gifts. It was that and the mouse. And I walked into my office with like all of these, like, I got like a little Apple Watch charger thing for the corner of my desk. So, like, if it dies in the middle of the day or whatever, because I usually work out after, I was like, that's sick. So I just walked in with all these accessories, my new AirPods,
Nice.
my keyboard, my mouse. And I was like, I love adult Christmas.
I will say too, especially I'm assuming you got snow Christmas Eve.
Yes,
That was a really wonderful thing to wake up to.
it was. It
Like,
really
waking up.
was.
I was that because that magic thing that you're talking about, I had like the day before Christmas Eve, like the 23rd, I was like, man, I'm never going to feel the same way that I felt as a child. Like,
Yep.
and it's not because of any other reason other than I just got older. And maybe one day when you have children, like it'll be different. But for now, as just like an adult, I don't feel it. But then I woke up Christmas Eve and Michael like woke me up and he was like, you should look out the window. And I ran outside to our balcony door and I looked outside and it was snowing and I was like, we're gonna have a white Christmas. Like I was like, oh, and like I felt it a little bit in my chest. I was like, oh, there's that like magical feeling again. You know
Yes.
what I mean? It was so nice.
No, I loved it. I
Yeah,
loved it.
the snow was great. And then
I don't
it stopped snowing and then it melted a little bit and like it didn't cause any problems. Like perfect.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. It was the perfect amount of snow too, because yeah, it was like that light coating. It gave you that white Christmas feeling, but like not enough to keep you from driving everywhere. Like I could still run all my errands. So that's prime.
That's the best type of snow. The snow that like gives you the feeling that it is snowing, but then at the same time you can still go and do stuff. Cuz sometimes snow does not allow you to do anything.
Yeah. Sometimes snow will fuck up your plans so fast.
You know what I got? My grandma like just gave me an Amazon gift card, and I got influenced to buy something. Have you seen on TikTok the wavy talk? That's like a heated round brush.
Wait, I think I have it.
You have it?
Yeah.
It's like literally like a round brush that you plug in and you turn it
Yes.
on. It gets hot.
Yes. I
And
have it.
oh my god,
And
I
I went
got
through
it.
a phase. I literally I actually should start using it again because when I got it, I was using it every single day and I was obsessed with it.
I did this. My hair is very curly, as you know. Like, I literally took a shower the night before. I woke up the next day. My hair looked crazy. And I was like, let me give this a shot. 15 minutes this took me. It was crazy. I was like, wait, why have I never had this before? It's wonderful. But I got like, I get so many ads on my TikTok for it. But
And I had the Revlon, like the one that was like a blowout brush. That was really
same.
loud. And I
I have
actually
that too.
loved that. But I just hated how loud it was. Like in my ear, like it was just a lot. And so I like this one's like perfect. It's
Yeah.
quiet. It's literally just you're brushing your hair and it gets hot and curls it. And
Yeah.
technology, man.
The Revlon blow dryer, it was damaging my hair so much. So I had to get rid of it. And then I got the Shark for my birthday one year. So that's what I use.
That's
And it
what
goes
so
around there.
I got the Shark, like the Dyson dupe.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And I just got the diffuser for Christmas.
Oh.
I got curly hair products because, like, you can see right now, like, this is just me fresh out of the shower. Like, literally, my
Yeah.
hair's still damp. So it's like wavy, but it doesn't curl. I'm like, you have potential. Like, there's
Yeah.
something more to you if I just did it.
Yes. Yes. It is. I will say though, like there is a very specific way to make your hair look nicely curly because
Yes.
sometimes if you do the crunching and stuff, it like gets crazy.
Me in
So
middle school, my hair was like straw because I would just literally use so much gel and scrunch. And then these pieces would be like dry and normal. And then the rest, what a time to be alive.
yeah, I definitely my hair would be like weirdly frizzy curly, and then I would flat iron my side bangs.
Yes, yes. Also, wait, when you were younger and like the wands first started coming out and we were curling our hairs,
Yeah.
would it take you like hours of like me and my friends would curl like this, like the tiniest individual, and they would be like this big and it would take hours.
No.
No, oh, it was just us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, like I don't really need to do
Oh,
very
you have the
tiny.
curls.
I didn't really need to do that, but with a wand, when I had just the regular wand, I literally would do this. I would pull all my hair to the front and start in the back and just like curl my hair up into the front and then like no clips, no layers, nothing. I would just curl my hair down and that
I
was it.
mean, I gotta be honest. That's still how I'm doing it.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I
And
do like 3 layers now.
that's what, and I always want to, but like literally, this is how I'll wake up for work in the morning, just like this. I'll curl these front pieces and then I'll just pick random pieces throughout and curl, and then I'll just blend it all together. So
Yeah,
it's
that
not like
works.
a full thing. But I
That
do
works.
want to try it because I'm intrigued.
You should. You know what my other hack was? I used to pull all my hair up into a ponytail and ponytail it like a unicorn at the top, and
I
then
remember this.
I would curl my ponytail, and then I'd pull it out, and then it would fall. And actually, it really never looked that bad, except for the fact that the bottom of your hair was not curled. It was literally the top layer of your hair. But that was like my go-to like curling method when I was like in a rush.
Oh my God. I just know how badly. I don't know if I've ever showed you pictures of when I had to literally chop my hair.
No.
It was like, Sam, I'm not kidding. Like here.
Really?
Yeah, I was so short. It was because I straightened it every day and I never knew what I was doing with hair or makeup. And I would literally just like go over the same piece like this until it was like pin straight. And then I went to get it ombre, which is bleaching the bottom. And the hairdresser literally said, she was like, I can do this for you, but you need to know how dead your hair is. And like, if you ever want it to grow, you're going to have to cut it. Like me and my mom had all these conversations. And then I just went back one day and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. And I said, get rid of all of it. And the moment I hated it, me and my mom were actually just talking about it. It was low-key kind of cute.
Really? I feel like that's the same thing too. I've only ever cut my hair short once and I did not like it. But every time I look back on my pictures of it, I'm like, it looked cute.
Yeah.
Didn't look bad.
And it saved me because my hair
You've always had, like, super long hair too, ever since I've known you.
Yes, that was so this was my, like, junior or senior year of high school that I had to
Mhm,
cut it, and then it took me, like, all throughout college to, like I mean, it grew pretty quick, like, to, like, here, but the extra couple inches came way later.
mhm, mhm.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm looking where I know I
I'm
was
Wait, I do have pictures of you with this, like, curly hair that you curl each individual hair with, because 'cause I'm interested to see what that came out to look like.
that was, like, 8th grade. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, but I will look.
If
Oh,
you
wait,
have
here.
pictures, I wanna see them. Oh, how cute!
Like, it was kinda cute.
Oh my gosh.
It was so short.
This is pretty short, yeah. That's probably as short as my hair has been too, that I've cut it willingly.
Wait, I want to respect people's privacy that I have not seen in years and years. But, like, look how short it was.
Yeah, that is
Look,
short.
it was for compared
For
to
what
this,
you got, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's all I was used to, but, we'll save the 8th grade pictures for off the pod. I'll
Okay,
find those
fair.
and text those to you.
Just wanna see what that ended up coming out to look like. Was it
And, like, literally, it didn't look good at all. It was just, like, a mass of curls, and it was so funny because we didn't even curl, like, up to, like, here. So, it was just, like, pretty, like, normal, and then it was just, like, curls.
Oh my god. Well,
Oh,
we
and
all made our
we
mistakes.
did not brush it out at all. There was not a thing. It was just
Yeah. But the brushing of the curls did not happen until fairly recently.
no, literally, I was like, "What do you mean you have to brush them out?" And they're like, "No, that's how they look good." And I was like,
My thing when I was younger is obviously Erin used to live next door to me, and Erin is 2 years older than me. So when I was, like, a freshman in high school, she was going to Sweet 16s and stuff like that, and she could never to this day, can't curl her hair. Well, I think she's getting better at it now, but she had always had a hard time. So I would go over to her house before she went to a Sweet 16, and I would curl her hair for her with, like, the big barrel, like curls,
"Girls."
and we would spray it with hairspray, and she would go out with these giant barreled curls, not brush them. It
Yeah.
was horrific. Like, well, she looked cute, but, like, now looking back on it, you're like, "Just run your fingers through it. Run your
Yes,
fingers through it at least."
just
But
a
she
little
always
bit.
went out I mean, I did too. It was, like, always the go-to thing. But yeah, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I can curl it," and she loved the way I curled it, so I kept curling it the same way, and then finally looking back on it, I'm like, "Damn, we should have put a brush or a comb to that
There's
head."
so many things. The feathers in our hairs.
Oh, I
I was
love
like
my feather.
I was like, "I'm the coolest person in the whole world," and I look at pictures, and it's just literally like a giant blue feather, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I loved my feather. I had it in for a very, very long time.
"Yeah, too long."
It grew out to, like, here, and I was, like, still had it in, and my mom was like, "Take it out." I was like, "No, I don't wanna take it out." She was like, "You have to take it out." I
What was
had
another
2.
You had 2?
Yeah, I had 2 in, like, 1 thing. So I had a long white and black one, and then I had a shorter blue one.
I love it. I love it so much. No, looking back on my old fashioned is pretty intense.
Yeah,
I need a trauma warning.
yeah. And, like, the thing is too, I just went through, like, a bunch of old clothes too from, like, literally high school that I'm like, "I'm never gonna wear this again. I'm gonna donate these." Horrific.
Yeah.
My going out tops from college, forget it,
I
forget
am,
it.
like, actually so upset with the universe that I had to be a freshman in college in 2016, let alone I was
Prime
living
year. Prime.
oh my god, the mesh with the over the knee boots and the chokers. The
The
chokers!
chokers. The chokers. I
The
was
chokers, no pun intended, had a chokehold on me. I would not go out without one. Like the Texas bow tie ones too, like the really, really long ones.
we would tie shoelaces around our
Yes,
necks
yes.
to get the bow one.
Or I was also using a shoelaces as belts. That was
Oh, yeah.
that was just tie it. My
Yeah.
mom was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "This is in, mom. This is
And you know
peak
what?
fashion."
I will say though, 2016 makeup was the reason why I got so into makeup.
Makeup, I really like 2016 makeup.
2016 makeup is great, especially when you do, like, it's just like the over baking and like the matte-ness of it is like not great. But I got the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette to do all of my browns and hues and everything on it. I learned how to do some sort of eyeliner. Wasn't really winging it too well, but I tried my best taking foundation and just like slathering it on my face. But it was so fun, and
It
I
was
would not ever literally sometimes I look back on pictures from I was a junior in college at that time, and I was like, "Oh, I thought I looked so good." And sometimes I look back, I'm like, "It really isn't that bad." Maybe in, like, another 20 years, I'll look back again and be like, "Oh, no." But right now, I'm like, "It could have been worse."
Now, I went from my choker phase into my living in the woods phase to
Yes,
the
I
point where I literally almost had dreadlocks. So 2016 was quite the whirlwind.
great year for music, though.
The most incredible year. No, music has not hit the same since 2016, actually.
I still listen to Views by Drake.
I
Still.
got Closer by the Chainsmokers. I'm going to say it. Brian's going to start dancing. He's laughing. That's literally
Such a good song. Still good.
I fear me and Brian are two of the only people in the world that have never gotten sick of it.
Oh, I
Are
maybe
you
I got sick
included?
of it after the fact, but I definitely like now when it comes on, I listen to it.
Thank you.
It's
You
not a
know,
bad song in any
no.
stretch of the imagination. I'm
Oh,
looking up 20 top 100. Oh, Formation, Beyonce. Oh my
that was fun. I
god.
enjoyed that.
Oh, the Ray Shremmerd years, Black Beetle, the fucking Mannequin Challenge, all that stuff. Fifth Harmony, Work From Home.
That was 2016.
Work by Rihanna.
Work, 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 work. And she hasn't made music since.
She's like a mom now. Oh my
Oh my
god, Panda. Such a good. It was a great time for us to be like in a frat basement music.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that was that music was for, and we were just like prime age for it.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones in here. Okay, we're going off topic.
We're going down a rabbit hole,
We're
of
going
course.
off topic like we had topics to keep up with, except for
No,
like one. So
there's one big thing that we want to discuss. Is it time?
I think so. I think we can get into it because I have thoughts as well, and I
That
think that
was you were ready. You said click Saquon Barkley.
yeah,
Let's discuss.
let's discuss because I think that our views will align. So I would like to hear yours as well.
Um Yeah, no, I coming into today's episode, I was expecting this conversation to be a little bit more fun because I thought we'd actually be able to debate it out.
Yeah,
However, this afternoon, the Eagles came out and they just said, no, he's out. He's not playing. We're resting starters. So Saquon Barkley will not have a chance to break the long-standing rushing record in Week 18 of the regular season against the Giants. And I'm not gonna lie, I understand it.
yeah,
Logically, it makes sense, but I'm really, really upset just because I wanted that for him. And I saw the clip from earlier this season where he was sitting with Nick Sirianni and he was about to break, I think it was a single game rushing.
mhm.
Wait,
Yeah.
it was. I'm just like, Brian.
Yeah, yeah, it
um,
was a single game rush because I remember see that video of them on the sidelines, right? That
Yes,
one? Yeah.
yes. And Nick was like, "Hey, you're so close. We're up by 1,000,000. Do you want to go in?" And he was like, "No, like I don't care. I don't care." And then he broke another record this season, or it was Shady's. He broke Shady's single season rushing record, and he went up to all the guys. He was like, "We broke it. We broke it." Like, and I could just tell that he was so not in like I need to break this record, but he was like, "Oh, I'm doing it, and it's fun." So like,
Yeah.
I had a feeling if he was given the option, he would say, "Rest me." Um, but I just think it's such a big record that's been around for so long and he's having such a historic season. I would have loved for him to have been engraved in the history books in that way. But like I said, I understand the protection aspect of it. And like obviously the end goal is to win a Super Bowl and we need everybody healthy. And rested. So what were your thoughts on the whole thing prior to today? What did you want to happen? What would have been your preference?
So first of all, let's just go on the record and say the Giants are being so stupid right now. And I have never been one to say like lose games, tank. I want to see you remember last year when Tommy DeVito came in and was like, we were having fun. And I was like, I'm just happy to see them having fun and like all this stuff. And like right now I'm literally just like I'm not having fun. You guys should not be having fun. But fucking Drew Lock puts up 40-something points for the first time since 2019. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So going into week 18, going up against the Eagles, I am just like, it's fine. Play your hearts out. Have a good time. Like play well. But we don't need to win this game. It means nothing to us. And you losing doesn't benefit anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like we can like knock you out of the playoffs or something.
Yes.
That would be different. But like, you guys are in. You guys won the NFC East. There's nothing to lose other than to the Giants. So it's like, who cares? I convinced myself about a week or two ago that longtime listeners know, big Josh Allen fan here. I do not think he should win the MVP, unfortunately. I've looked at the numbers. I've compared them. If we're going quarterback, I think it should go to Lamar Jackson. But I said last week, if Saquon Barkley breaks this record, he should be the MVP. And the fact that he's not, I unfortunately have to say it's not going to be him. It's going to go to one of these quarterbacks. But I genuinely was just like, he was a few, or no, okay, this is what it was. If he broke the record, he would also break the record that Adrian Peterson, when he won the MVP in 2012, he had 2,097 yards. So like Saquon was going to pass that. So I'm like, if he breaks the record and passes Adrian Peterson's rushing yards from that year, there's no reason he shouldn't win MVP. Because how do you not give it to him when you gave it to AP in 2012? So like that was my logic. And again, I looked at numbers and I was like, it makes no sense for Josh Allen to win MVP because it's more narrative than it is numbers, unfortunately. So yeah, so I was the Giants fan sitting here saying, yeah, I think Saquon Barkley should try and get that record, but you are 100% right with the fact that Saquon, he is not a me player. He's never been. He's always been a team player. So if he thinks, or if the team thinks him sitting is for the benefit of the team, he's not going to care.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him such a good person and why I can't physically hate him ever. I will always support him. And that's why I kind of wanted him to play because the narrative was there. Imagine him doing it against the Giants. Like, I would have understood them wanting to play him. But again, I low-key wanted to see it. I low-key wanted to go up against Saquon again. But not happening.
That's what my mom even said to me. And she was like, be real. She was like, the Giants players probably loved him. Like,
oh, yes.
It was the organization that traded him. Like, there's no ill will there with the players. She goes, you don't think his boys on defense would just open up a hole and just say, go? Like, they're tanking for and I was like, in theory, I bet they would for him, but like, also, like, what questions does that, like, I was like, realistically, no, I don't think they can. I was like, could they go a little lighter? Could they fumble a little bit or miss a step here or there? Like, maybe. I was like, but I don't think they would willingly just like, and I don't think you would want that willingly because then it's not earned in the same way.
It's
but
kind of this. Yeah, go ahead.
But she was just trying to be like, they wouldn't intentionally go out there and like try and hurt him. And I was like, no, but anything can happen. Like,
yeah, it's the same way that Brett Favre took the sack for Michael Strahan to beat the sack record.
Yeah.
And he'll go on. Did you actually see that video of, I forget the guy's name who Strahan broke the record of, but I think he's like very mentally not well anymore
Oh,
and,
no.
like, saw Brett Favre and basically was like, "Fuck you. Like, how dare you let Michael Strahan sack you for that record? Like, I want my record back." Like, ESPN posted it.
No,
Just
I've
look
never seen this. Why don't people understand records are put out there to be broken? Like, that is the whole point of them.
but again, I don't think that this guy was in a correct headspace
Oh,
to
okay.
you know what I mean? Like, it just was a weird thing that they made them even see each other to begin with. It was
Yeah,
just
but
odd all around, but
there was
definitely
talk
look it
about
up.
that with Saquon too, and I was like, "Can everyone just chill?" Like,
Yeah. But yeah, so same vibe though. Like, Brett Favre wasn't like, "Okay, I'm just gonna stop playing and just let him do it." Like, it was just a little bit like a, "Oh, I can't find someone to throw it to. Oh, I guess I'll just take the sack." You know what I
yep,
mean? So, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because it would have been a really good storyline, but that's week 18 for you. You
yep.
know? It's and can you even believe that we're in the last week of the regular season?
No, it went by way, way too fast, and I feel like we say that every year, but this year,
Well,
blink,
specifically this year, it went very, very quickly.
it's gone. This whole year, I just feel like this entire season has been kind of a whirlwind, and we've talked about it before where, like, we are definitely in a transition period in the NFL from,
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
the players and the teams that were good and consistent growing up. It's very, very different now, and there's a lot of young talent, there's a lot of new names. So it's them getting, like, maturing in their roles and us getting used to it. Like, I feel like there were so many times this season I'm sitting on a couch, someone scores a touchdown, I'm like, "Who?" Like, there
Yeah,
were just so many names where it was like, it's not the traditional household names. There's a lot of new guys.
a lot
Um,
of new guys.
a lot of new guys, and I'm so excited about it, but it's definitely weird and different, and I feel like by the time I got used to it, we were, like, halfway through the season, and now it's just done, and I'm like, "Okay, well,
Yeah,
I
it's
want
like, no,
more."
I wasn't done learning all these new names.
Yes.
I genuinely like Brian Thomas Jr. He was not one of the names coming out of the draft because Malik Neighbors was coming out of the draft. So like he was also an LSU. So it's like that's not the person that they were focusing on. Kid had such a good season. Such an excellent season,
Phenomenal.
but also on the Jags. So it's like who gives a fuck? Unfortunately. Um which actually are we like is Trevor Lawrence dead? Like is he dead?
I
Like
don't think
I'm
he's good.
like people are so talking about like the Jags drafting a quarterback and I'm like you guys just got Trevor Lawrence. Like it hasn't even been that many years. Has it
I
been?
think it's so crazy actually, like, Kim and, like, Trevor Lawrence has had successes. Like, we've seen bright spots of Trevor Lawrence, but how quickly Bryce Young got canceled coming into the I'm like, he's in the worst organization with little to no team. He's out there trying his very best, and everyone gave him, like, 5 games, and they were like, "He's done, he's not it." And I'm like, "We've been watching a shitty Trevor Lawrence for, like, 2 years, and no one's really saying like, they're like, "Oh, he still got it. Like, he's still Trevor," and I'm like, "But is he? Is he? I don't know."
It's just crazy how fast everyone turned on Bryce Young. I really like Bryce
I
Young.
and you know what? I'm gonna be honest, I'm one of the people, but I wasn't high on him coming into the draft. So when he came into the
Yeah.
NFL and didn't look great, I was like, "This is what I expected." But then I saw everyone just shitting on him, and he's out there, he's, like, smiling, like, he just seems so kind and genuine, and now I'm just rooting for him because 'cause I'm like, "I want you to prove everyone wrong now."
Because he's also like showing these like bursts of potential. And like the Panthers have had a very solid just performance wise second half of the season. So it's like are we gonna come into like the 2025 season and Bryce Young gonna be like, actually, the NFC South is a shitty division anyway. Why can't it be me?
Yep.
Why can't me? And who knows? Maybe friggin' Kirk Cousins isn't gonna even be in a Falcon next year, so he's just gonna have to battle Baker Mayfield. Like, I don't know.
Who
And the
is
Saints, I guess. It's like not that bad of a division, but it is like a weird mediocre division.
it's very there's very, very up and down. Um, and I gotta say, Baker Mayfield's good.
I got my creamsicle jersey for Christmas.
Did.
And then, believe it or not, my dad got me a creamsicle colored shirt that says shake and bake on it. So I had not one, but two creamsicle Baker Mayfield inspired shirts for Christmas this year.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So I was like,
Did
this
you
is the
get
most
any Giants gear?
my brother bought not like Giants specific, but my brother bought me a sweatshirt from this brand called Dead Threads, and it's basically like it looks like a giant skeleton going in it's like super cool looking. It sounds weird, but he's like breaking down the city of New York and like there's like flames. It's like a really cool looking sweatshirt.
That sounds sick.
Oh, and I got a desk pad that my mother-in-law got me, but it's huge and I don't know what to do with it.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's upside down.
That's
But yeah, it's
so
huge.
cute.
And I'm like, I don't think I'm ready to show all these colors yet. I think you guys need to earn the space on my desk.
You know what? That's fair.
But it's so nice. It's like a giant mouse pad.
No, that's so cute. I love that.
I'm just gonna put it over here.
I got my Quinyon Mitchell jersey,
Yes, I
which
saw.
I was very and I always get nervous wearing a new jersey. Even so the week that the Eagles lost to the Commanders, I have like a women's cut Devontae Smith jersey that was given to me from like a job or a content creator thing. And I never wear it just because I like the baggy jerseys. I don't like
Women's
the type
jerseys
of
suck.
they suck. They suck. But my closet was packed. It was the first one I saw. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's let Smitty have a game. So I pull it out. I'm wearing it. We lose. And I was like, it's the jersey. It's because I haven't worn this jersey in so long. And I was so paranoid. And then it was a Kelly Green game. And I was freaking out. And I was just like, but I was so excited about my Quinyon Mitchell jersey. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I did it. And so now that one can stay in rotation, but Smitty's gone till next year.
Let's talk about Kenny Pickett for a second.
What the fuck?
Kenneth. And the whole time I was like, Kenneth. Great. Tanner McKee looked great. It was what a depth chart you got.
When I tell you, I think that was honestly the most fun I've had watching an Eagles game in a while, just because I went into it with such low expectations and it was exciting and fun like the whole time. And it was against the Cowboys and the Kelly Green. And it was just like all the elements. And like, obviously would I prefer Jalen to be out there and to like watch, I was going to say a real game, which sounds really bad, but like, you know what I mean? With all our starters, like a complete starting offensive lineup. I obviously would have preferred that, but I cannot say anything bad about Kenny and Tanner. They went out there and did phenomenal things. And like I said, that game was just explosive and fun from literally the moment it started.
Yeah, and we were talking about it, and the whole time I was like, to Jordyn, I was like, my dad and I are both thinking that like Kenny Pickett's got it in him, and you were like, nope, he doesn't.
Yep.
And then he started popping off, and you were like, pardon? I actually take it back. I rescind my comment.
I went into that game so nervous about Kenny Pickett. And by halftime, I was like, I will take a bullet for him. Like, but also like, it's just the full talking about narratives like we were earlier with the Giants. Like the narrative of that, he grew up in Ocean County, New Jersey, down the shore, an Eagles fan. And now you're the backup quarterback for the Eagles, a team who won a Super Bowl with their backup quarterback. So like, we know the importance. You get to put on a Kelly Green jersey and beat the living life out of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, that's a dream. If I could live that dream, I would love to live that dream. So I'm glad that he got that. And yeah, when that Micah Parsons hit that knocked him out, that was the other thing. He's playing that game with broken ribs. There were multiple times before he was actually knocked out that I was like, I don't know if he's going to bounce back. And he kept bouncing back. And I was like, this man's ready to die in this Kelly Green jersey to secure the Eagles, the NFC East. I will never Kenny Pickett has my respect for life now. For life. He could play every game so awful for the rest of his career. And I'll be like, do you remember that game against the Dallas Cowboys? Like, it was fun. I loved it.
Yeah. It's very Tony Romo of him to be playing
It
with broken
was.
ribs.
It was.
And, you know, real quick before we wrap the end of the show, you sent me that TikTok of Gia Duddy, and it was like a weird TikTok about like, oh, this girl was running and it was like Kenny Pickett X QB1, and then it was like her sprinting past it, and it was like Jalen Hurts as QB1. And then as I did more and more research, I was like, okay, she's from Pennsylvania. She went to Penn State. He's from Jersey. He went to Pitt. And I'm curious as to whether or not there was something that happened in between the midst of everything. Which is weird that we're talking about Gia Duddy twice in like the last 2 episodes, but like
She's just been fucking my shit up lately. I'm just scrolling and she's putting out, I mean, top tier content because it's got me sitting here like, what the heck is going on? But she's out there doing whatever she's doing. And I'm a fan.
interesting. Very, very interesting situation. But you know, week 18's coming around. We're gonna be having some playoff football very, very, very soon. And before we know it, it's gonna be Super Bowl time.
That's crazy. Are
I
you
can't.
ready for some freaking football? We are so excited to enter this new year with you guys. And as you know, if you're new here, we've gotten a lot of new followers over the last few weeks. So thank you guys so much for following along. We're getting very, very close to that 500 milestone, which means a live show will be coming once we hit 500 subscribers here on our YouTube channel.
Yay.
And also, just get ready, mark your calendars. Our first live book club episode will be on January 22nd of this month. So if you haven't already, it is not too late. Pick up Circe by Madeline Miller and join our Unsolicited book club so we can have our full discussion. And if you don't already, make sure to follow us on all of our socials. I see we got an updated socials corner. Fuck you, Threads. Follow us on TikTok at the unsolicited_podcast. Follow us on Instagram at the same handle, and follow us on Twitter at Sam and Jordyn. We are also available wherever you get your audio podcasts as well. And we will see you next week. Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.